Nobody wins when the family feels.
Yo, this FN DaDealer, I just jumped out of the porch, dirty glove, best, do it.
Hey, they like FN ain't no rapper, he a dealer, yeah, okay. They like FN ain't no rapper, he a killer, yeah, okay. I'm out of their reach, I got them biting down like a flea. I'm on a flight to another region, I got saved, I was stuck in the streets.
Developing now at noon, we are sharing new details that we've learned about a deadly shooting in Southwest Atlanta. We've been following this story since we first broke it at 5:30 this morning. The scene was pretty active on Wells Street at the Columbia at Mechanicsville Crossing Complex. Police tell us a 28-year-old man was found shot to death inside a car on the property. Right now, police also say they're currently searching for 3 suspects who drove off in a black Dodge Charger. We're going to continue asking for more details on the story and bring them to you as those updates do come in.
Rounds then sped off, leaving 13-year-old Shania Stillwell without a dad.
He raised me. I don't know what would make somebody want to take him away from his family.
Just really wish the violence would stop. It's pointless. You have so many fatherless kids out here. We're broken. That's the worst phone call that I got in my life.
Tonight at 11, an Atlanta rapper signed to Young Thug's YSL Records music label has been arrested for allegedly killing the father of 2 little girls. 20-year-old Jacoby Moody was taken into custody, according to court documents obtained by 11 Alive News.
Let's establish something out the gate. The maximum sentence for a RICO charge is 20 years. The maximum sentence for catching a body, M1, is life in prison. So family, imagine being one of the few artists on your label who managed to duck a RICO charge. Turn around months later, you catch a body. You had a perfect opportunity to carry the throne, but instead, you put more heat on not only yourself, but your label, including your CEO, who's still fighting for his life. So much going on. People taking pleas like Gunna, some people rocking with him, some people not. Even Young Thug blood brother had managed to take a plea, but managed to get rearrested for having a firearm.
Right now, the brother of rapper Young Thug is back behind bars. He was just booked last night into the Fulton County Jail. The jail records show Quantavious Greer, also known by his rap name as Unfunk, faces 2 charges: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and unlawful for a person employed or associated with a criminal street gang. Back in December, Greer took a plea deal in the ongoing YSL RICO case. As part of the deal, he was not allowed to possess any guns.
So as you can see, it's been a lot of moving pieces. He was one of 28 individuals who was indicted. But today, we're going to talk about one of the YSL artists who wasn't indicted, at least not for a RICO charge. According to authorities in Atlanta, last month, he was held responsible with 2 other individuals who opened fire on the father of 2 while he was sitting in his car in the apartment complex in the middle of the night. So in this video, we're going to talk about the day of that scene, also pay our respects to the victim and identify who he is. Nonetheless, we also going to make sure we talk about this rapper career and how he managed to link up with Young Thug. So before we get into this one, remember family, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Jacoby Moody, 20 years old, also go by the stage name FN DaDealer. 2 years ago, when FN DaDealer turned 18 years old, he managed to sign to the guy he looked up to growing up.
It happened quick for me.
How did you get noticed by Young Thug?
He saw that hard head video in one of his one of the A&Rs at YSL, and his name Gio. He called I think he called my manager or something, and then he called and told me like he got me on the phone. I was in the car, FaceTime Thug shit. He was like, "What we doing?" Shit, you tell me. So we pulled up on it that night. We chopped it up, and then went on from there. That's what I want to anyway. Nigga been looking up to him. I was loving this shit in that black lamp when he first came out. So, all that.
FN DaDealer would start to put in some work and start to see some success immediately after, dropping tracks like Damon Time, released 10 months ago with over 740,000 views and counting.
Bulletproof truck, packed with switches and no hitters in it, and they 5% tinted. You can't even see who in.
But as of July 1st, 2023, FN DaDealer career might be on pause or might be completely over with. If these allegations authorities are accusing him of is true and he get found guilty. June 3rd, 2023, reports coming out of Atlanta that a man was found shot in the Mechanicsville apartment complex parking lot while sitting in his car. He was later identified 28-year-old Tremaine Glasper. May he rest in peace and love condolences to his family. Now, Tremaine family didn't want to speak to the news outlet, rightfully so. but they did tell them that Tremaine was living at their apartment complex at the time of his demise. Now, this shooting happened at the Columbia and Mechanicsville Crossing apartment on Wells Street. Police say they received a call around 2 a.m. Their officers responded within 2 minutes.
And police have now identified a 28-year-old man found shot to death inside of his car in Mechanicsville today. 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles spoke with Tremaine Glasper's loved ones.
Tremaine Glasper's family says he was a father of two, and though they're not ready to speak right now, they did share these photos. Here's Glasper with his mom. Glasper was in Atlanta at the Columbia at Mechanicsville Crossing Apartments around 2 this morning when police say two gunmen approached him and fired multiple rounds into his car. They took off in a black Dodge Charger with no tag. I went to the complex today and talked to residents who told me off camera that there are shootings in the area all the time. Many neighbors say they heard the gunshots and are planning to move out because of the violence. I did notice cameras around the neighborhood. Police say they are reviewing surveillance footage but would not share any with us today. In Atlanta, Teresa Bowles, 11 Alive News.
Now, a week would go by, and authorities will only say they were looking for 3 suspects, but no one was in custody. But the family went out to the media and searched for help and trying to get justice for their loved one.
Right now, the family of a man found shot to death inside of his car in Atlanta's Mechanicsville neighborhood. Well, they are looking for answers. This as police continue searching for 3 suspects who they believe are involved with the killing of 28-year-old Tremaine Glasper.
In an interview you'll only see on 11 Alive, Teresa Bowles spoke with his family.
Residents of this neighborhood say that there are shootings here all the time, and Tremaine's family says someone has got to put a stop to gun violence before this happens again. Nothing compares to the pain.
I almost couldn't even hardly breathe.
Of a parent losing a child.
It feels like a piece of you is gone.
28-year-old Tremaine Glasper was at Columbia at Mechanicsville Crossing Apartments Monday when Atlanta police say 2 men approached him while he was in his car, fired multiple rounds, then sped off, leaving 13-year-old Shania Stillwell without a dad.
He raised me. I don't know what would make somebody want to take him away from his family.
The sad truth is, Tremaine isn't even the first deadly shooting of the year in Mechanicsville. In April, 36-year-old Corey Gladney was killed after an argument near Cooper and Fulton Street. And in March, 29-year-old Natasha Thompson was shot and killed on Irish Street. Before that, in February, a 12- and 13-year-old boy were shot near a playground. Mechanicsville is a community of about 3,000 people. When I chatted with residents in the neighborhood off camera, they told me they have plans to move out due to the violence.
I just really wish the violence would stop. It's pointless. You have so many fatherless kids out here. We're broken. That's the worst phone call that I got in my life.
Tremaine's mother, LaShawna Glasper, says her son was a father of 2 girls and an entrepreneur who was trying to stay on a straight path.
I'm not gonna say he was an angel, because I know he wasn't. But right or wrong, he's my son.
Atlanta police say they don't have any updates on recent homicide cases here, including Tremaine's. That's why the family wants justice and an end to gun violence.
The ones that did it, the ones that orchestrated it, they would go to jail for a very, very long time.
Teresa.
Now, 2 days from now will be the 3rd of July, 2023, and it will make it a month since Tremaine lost his life. May he rest in peace once again. But shocking to his fans, one of those 3 suspects, and the only one apprehended as of now, was the rapper FN DaDealer. 20-year-old Jacoby Moody will end up being in police custody on that Friday evening.
New tonight at 11, an Atlanta rapper signed to Young Thug's YSL Records music label has been arrested for allegedly killing the father of 2 little girls. 20-year-old Jacoby Moody was taken into custody, according to court documents obtained by 11 Alive News. The shooting happened June 5th at the Columbia and Mechanicsville Crossing apartment that's on Wells Street. It claimed the life of 28-year-old Tremaine Glasper. APD previously said they were looking for 3 suspects in the shooting, but tonight they haven't given an update on the search for the other 2. According to Young Life Stoner Records, Moody's rap name under the label is FN DaDealer. He joined the label at 18 years old.
Of course, all this is still new. This is the preliminary investigation. What the authorities is releasing to the public that's more developed, like the true motive and anyone else involved. If they get apprehended, family, you know I'm going to bring it to you guys' attention. First and foremost, before we get out of here, we do want to say rest in peace to the victim once again. Love and condolences to his family. Family, that was the story of an Atlanta rapper who managed to duck a RICO charge with his label and still catch a body months later. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.